This video focuses on the appointments page. To get to the appointments page, select appointment from the main tabs. It's made up of 5 sections: the select week, this week at a glance, time off, the appointments, and the appointments. These appointments are based on the selected day here. These appointments are a week at a time. So let's start over here. This is our week at a glance, starting from the current day. It shows we have one appointment today. That person's waiting. And we've estimated the time at 1.5 hours. And there's no employees off. So let's select that day. And you'll see that this appointment corresponds with this information. Let's add a new appointment. Let's just select first ones there. Let's set it up for today. Let's leave all this time alone. Let's select estimated time of 2 hours. Now, if you'd like this customer to receive an email before his appointment, you can select his email address. He doesn't have one, so we can add one. Select OK. And then, if this is 0, an email will not be sent automatically. If you set this to 1, 2, or 3, the email will go out that many business days before the appointment. Let's just select 2, click OK. You can now see that our appointment count for this day changed to 2, still 1 appointment waiting, and our estimated time schedule for that day just went up to 3.5. Let's schedule one more appointment. And let's say that we're going to put 13.5 hours on this car. Now we can also type in the issues here. Click OK. And I put that for the next day. Let's go back here. And we can edit the appointment, not delete. And let's change that appointment date to today. So it now shows we have 17 hours scheduled for today. No employees off. And you can see, again, we select the day over here and it shows us the 3 appointments for this day. Over here, it will show us a whole week at a glance. Let me add another new appointment. Let's leave it for this date. Click OK. Now you'll see it's added one for Thursday. One more appointment. Let's refresh this over here. And it now have 4 appointments here for the week. Let's go over here. Let's start back at the top, now that we have some information in here. This will jump this week at a glance to whatever week we choose on here. So let's jump to this week. You'll now see that we've jumped to the week of the 8th, May 8th, and we can look at the information for that week. We can jump several months ahead. We can even click here on the month, click here on the year, and we can go to 2020 if we want, July 16th, if you want to schedule that far in advance. You want to jump back to the current week, click this week, and we're right back where we started. We can scroll a week at a time by clicking the back arrow. or the forward arrow. And we can always go back to the current week. Now this drop down tab over here, you can mark a day as closed. You can unmark a day as closed in case you select the wrong day. And you can set the maximum daily time for your days. So let's start by selecting Saturday. And we're going to mark it as closed. So you can see now that it's turned red. And that's a caution telling us don't schedule any appointments for that day. Next we can do is set our maximum daily time. The most we want to set any day is 10 hours worth of work. So we click OK. Now you'll see that this turned orange under estimated time. That lets us know that that day is full. We don't want to schedule any more work for that day. Let's do Thursday, new appointment. Let's go ahead and set this to 13 hours. Okay. You select a customer and a vehicle, it's required. And you'll see now it's 13 hours is turned orange because the estimated time is over the 10 hours. Let's say we want to change this to 20. These will no longer be orange because we're allowing for 20 hours each day. Let's go down here to the time off. This is where we schedule our employees' time off so that we can keep track of it. Click on New Time Off. Click on Joe Smith, the employee. Let's say he's going to be off today. And we're going to say from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you might want to make a note just to keep track of the days off. Click OK. You'll now see it shows as one employee's off right here. It gives us a red caution. We can also schedule multiple days off. Let's say that Clark wants to take off for vacation the 15th through the 19th. We click OK. We'll scroll ahead a week and you'll see that one employee's off on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Now if you select this day, you'll see it's Clark. Let's go back to the current week where this is off. We select this day and we'll see it's Joe Smith. You can of course edit and delete those as necessary. Let's edit it, change it to Friday, and you'll now see that that day off is moved to Friday. Now let's jump over here to the appointments. Let's select Bob's appointment. Let's drop this down. We have some options here. Of course, select, edit, delete. We can create a new appointment from here. We can mark it as arrived or unmark it as arrived. We can change the owner of this vehicle. Let's say you have a vehicle that a customer sold and the customer's coming in and you want to assign a new owner to it. Click on New Owner. You can pick the owner from here, assign that, and there's now a new owner to the vehicle. I'm going to cancel out of that. You can create a work request from here, or you can send a reminder email manually. Let's go ahead and create a work request for this vehicle. Now before I do that, you'll see that we typed in the issues here under that appointment. Click OK. We now have a work request, and it went ahead and created a job for each one of those issues that you had under the appointments. Let's jump back to the appointment page. Let's select the current day. Now you'll see that Bob is now highlighted in blue. That lets us know that Bob's arrived and a work order has been started. Now let's say we start the work order for the wrong customer. We can go ahead and go here and we can unmark it as arrived. And now Bob is no longer highlighted in blue. We can go back here and we can mark him as arrived and it'll turn him blue again. Let's say this customer comes in and we start an invoice from their vehicles page. We want to mark him as arrived. We just go here, mark as arrived. So all the same options here are also right here on this drop down. Let's go down to this last one here. And again, this is all the same information as there is here. All the same actions here and here. The only difference is this allows us to narrow it down by a selected day, where this gives us the week at a glance for each appointment. And again, we can jump to the current week. We can scroll ahead, or we can scroll backwards a week at a time. And that concludes the video on the appointments page.